cold night out there. Coldest night that we have had so far this fall. Temperatures in the 30s just about everywhere. Still a few spots hanging on to 40 degrees like Kingstown and Taunton and Newport. But just about everybody else is in the upper 30s at this point, but that doesn't tell the whole story. First and foremost, those temperatures are anywhere from 10 to 15 degrees on average colder than they were this time last night. So we're really feeling it. You know, the just straight up relativity, it feels cold out there. Maybe a little bit more of a shock to the system considering how warm it's been here lately. But then you factor in these winds, 15 to 20 miles an hour sustained right now. Those are the 1 minute averages out of the north, 21 miles per hour. It looks like one of the gustiest spots right now is Providence, checking in with a gust near 30 miles per hour. Same for Kingstown there. Newport Airport checking in that as well. A little bit of a lull in southeast Mass, and then it gets gustier again out towards the Cape. Look at Provincetown near 40 miles an hour. That's about the peak gust that we had across the region today, and forcing that colder air. So this is what it feels like right now. 29 here in Providence, 26 in up in Smithfield, and the rest of the area not feeling that much better. I mean, just look at these numbers right here. By tomorrow morning, we'll be waking up to a temperature here in the city probably around 30 degrees or even a little bit below that. Outlying areas well down into the mid and upper 20s, and it could even get a little bit colder the next couple of nights. But believe it or not, it will probably feel better than tonight because we won't be dealing with the wind tomorrow night nor Thursday night. And then it gets a lot better and much more milder air coming in for the weekend. Does it come with any rain? That's the million-dollar question here. So here's the setup right now. Low pressure moving offshore. We had high pressure quickly rushing in to fill that void today, and that's kicking up the wind in the pressure gradient. But as those widen apart from each other, the wind will relax. So it becomes, again, less of an issue in the next couple of days. Here's another developing storm system, and I mean, just any given forecast you turn into 365 days right here in the Weather Center, this is going to be our next storm system. But a very little interesting scenario here happens. Remember that coastal storm that I don't even want to call it a coastal storm because it's nowhere near the coast at this point in the week. It's close to the coast right now, but that low is moving away. So why am I still showing it to you? Well, check out what happens here as we head to later into the week. That storm starts moving back towards the coast and eventually becomes a coastal system. It's very weak. This is not like a strong nor'easter or anything like that. But what happens is it sort of absorbs the energy from the storm that developed over the Rockies, and it moves just south of our area before sort of getting, again, sucked up into that storm. So we won't see any, unfortunately, substantial rain that system is causing, and you'll see it here in a second. So our rain chances remaining relatively low here. Friday and Saturday, just a slight chance we maybe get some influence from that storm. Let's take a look here on Futurecast how it plays out. So look at this. This is a nice soaking rain here down to the mid-Atlantic, parts of the Ohio Valley. And guess what? They need it probably arguably more than we do, but we could still use it, and we're just not going to get it here. And then here comes our sea storm. It's a fish storm at this point, and then it starts wrapping that rain back in. So it looks like Maine will get some showers out of this, and maybe parts of the extreme coast. But again, it does not look like all that much for us. So right now I'm going to go mostly cloudy on Saturday, 54 degrees. Sunshine is back on Sunday with a high of 59 degrees. And by the way, we're going to be keeping a very close eye on potential, or I should call it soon to be, tropical storm and eventually Hurricane Sara. Look at these spaghetti models here. They're all over the place, but then they start moving into the Gulf, and Florida is going to be on high alert, it looks like, at some point next week. Our weather remaining dry, temperatures moderating towards the weekend. Got a cold couple of days coming up here, so bundle up, stay warm, and we'll be back into the 50s as we head towards the weekend. But again, no rain icons on the 7-day forecast. Not what we like to see.